Hi, my name is Christy McNutt. I'm in Tulsa, Oklahoma. This is the Boston Avenue United Methodist Church. It was completed in 1929 and is considered to be one of the finest examples of ecclesiastical Art Deco architecture in the United States and has been designated by the Department of the Interior as a National Historic Landmark. The design of this church is credited to two individuals, Ada Robinson and Bruce Goff. Robinson was an art teacher at Central High School in Tulsa and eventually was chair of the art department at the University of Tulsa. Robinson sketched the original ideas for the church. Bruce Goff, formerly one of her students and the architect from 1924 to 1926 of her home and studio, then took the sketches and came up with the design of the church. There is still some debate over who was more responsible for the building. The church credits Ada Robinson with the design of this building, while Goff experts maintain that it's clearly his design. Although the church is classified as Art Deco, there is clearly Gothic inspiration. The soaring straight lines of the tower provide physical, visual, and philosophical linkage to the Gothic cathedrals of past ages, as well as allowing the designers to indulge in the Art Deco celebration of the vertical. At the top of the tower, as well as on many of the other higher points of the church, and used much in the same manner that Gothic churches ages, utilize crockets and finials. It is a stylized sculpture that represents two hands raised upward in prayer. Like many Art Deco buildings, the church utilized various different building materials, so metal, glass, terracotta, Indiana limestone, and Minnesota granite can all be found. The stained glass window and places on the exterior reveal classic Art Deco styles, organic plant designs, which are based on Oklahoma flora. Iconography is everywhere, as to be expected in the church. One example is the stained glass window. The downward flowing lines in the stained glass symbolizes the outpouring of God's love. Two flowers indigenous to Oklahoma are also included in the window designs to signify vital, growing Christianity. The coreopsis, which grows in the driest soil, symbolizes the hardiness and joy of the Christian faith. The tritoma, or torch lily, with its unusual downward blossoms, represents the generosity of the faith. It is a strong stem is indicative of the strength of the church. In the tradition of the early Christian churches, a circular dome allows light into the sanctuary. Whereas light was used in early Christian churches to symbolize the light of God, it is used here to represent spiritual growth. As sunlight is essential to physical growth, the divine light is inherent to each person's spiritual growth. The color and designs are created to give maximum light. The circular dome symbolizes the infinite. Also similar to early Christian churches, all lines in the sanctuary lead to the altar. The point here is to emphasize the importance of the Word. The 13-foot bronze cross symbolizes the resurrection of Christ with an indentation that gives the impression of a figure, once there, now risen. One of the most interesting pieces in the church is the Art Deco mosaics at either end of the hall, added in 1993 as part of the church centennial celebration. Each weighs about 3,000 pounds and consists of 250,000 tiles. The north mosaic depicts God as revealed in the Hebrew scriptures and includes the burning bush, Torah scrolls, prophet's staff or crozier, and Adonai, the Hebrew name for God used most often in Jewish worship. The south mosaic shows how God is revealed in the Christian scriptures: the darkened cave where Jesus was born, the star announcing his birth, and the stylized cross. The two sacraments of the Protestant tradition are also depicted: water for baptism and wheat and grapes for Holy Communion. Radiating triangles remind us of the triune of God, Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. I chose this church because it's so beautiful. It's not really something I would associate with being in America. And I really love the marrying of the Art Deco and the Gothic style. It feels like a really American thing to do. I also always enjoy the iconography, trying to figure out what it means or what they're trying to tell me. It's like a big puzzle.